Welcome back, guys, to Monopoly Man. That's me, the best Monopoly Man podcast the world has ever seen. Today is the 5th episode. Can you believe it? 5 episodes already. I know I can't. Today we are going to be going over Twitter news, Google Trends, and maybe an interview. So, buckle up. It's going to be
Okay, now let's do Twitter news.
ride. Let me pull up Twitter real quick. Okay, news section. We're going to go to the today section. Let's see. Right off the bat, we get something big. Adam Levine quits The Voice. If you guys don't know who Adam Levine is, he is a lead singer for the band Maroon 5. He's also like a really good drummer, and he's just really talented. And he's pretty hot. I know it's kind of weird for me to say that, but if you did not watch the Super Bowl, he was in the halftime show and he took off his shirt. And I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, ooh. I'm just kidding. But here it says right here, our friend and coach, Adam Levine, made the decision not to return next season. We're going to miss Adam, but The Voice is family, and with family, it's see you soon, never goodbye. Gwen Stefani returns with Kelly, John, and Blake on The Voice stage this fall. Join us in welcoming back Gwen and sharing our heartfelt gratitude to Adam. So sad. I'm just kidding. I never really watched The Voice, but I heard Gwen Stefani was on it. But I guess she left or something, or they fired her or something, and then replaced her with Adam Levine. Or replaced her with someone else, and then now Adam Levine's just leaving, and they're gonna get her back on it. Here's a tweet from Adam Levine. It says, about 8 years ago, Mark Burnett convinced us to sign up for this show where you sit in a big red chair with your back turned away from the singers on stage. First thank you must go to Mark. We had no idea what ... I guess the rest is on Instagram because there's a link to Instagram. But I guess he was here for the beginning of the show. Like I said, I never really watched it, so don't get mad at me if I don't know what I'm talking about here. I don't really know what to say. But apparently, we just found out last night because there's a bunch of people, or actually a couple hours ago, because Kelly Clarkson, my bad. 2 hours ago, she said, found out last night that Adam Levine is leaving The Voice, so it must have been last night. Blake Shelton said, having a hard time wrapping my head around Adam Levine leaving. So, it's pretty sad, I guess, if I watched it. Okay, now let's go to another one. Let's see. We will go to the news section now. We'll just go section to section. Let's see. Sinking boat of my... No, never mind. Ooh, SpaceX just launched 60 internet satellites into space. If you guys don't know what SpaceX is, it's basically Elon Musk making a space company. Well, it is his space, like NASA. And they've been doing a lot of stuff. And apparently they just sent 60 satellites for space-based broadband network. On Thursday night, SpaceX launched a batch of 60 internet communications satellites. By next year, hundreds of them could be circling the planet, allowing SpaceX to enter a new business. That was by New York Times. What new business are they talking about? Click here. Maybe Starlink internet satellites. Maybe they're like starting a new internet that might be better than 4G. I don't know. But apparently Starlink satellites online, solar array development coming up soon. So it might just be solar-based satellites. I don't really get it, but apparently it's really big news in the space race. Why did I say space race? Space exploration, I guess. Okay, so that's it for the news section. Let's go over to the sports section. Let's see. Ooh, Drake talking about Toronto. We have to click on that. I love Toronto. I love this team. And overjoyed, Drake says about the Raptors. So, let's see. There's a video here.
Look at this. We created this. This didn't exist before we were here. Look around at the square. I promise you right now, we did this. Doesn't matter what anybody says. They can say it's disrespectful. They can say it's this and that. Everybody's within the rules. Everybody's doing their thing. All we are is proud and passionate. We are like a college sports team. The Toronto Raptors are a college sports team. I promise you. I love Toronto. I love this team. And we're going to the NBA Finals.
That was a very exciting Drake.
So apparently Drake, after the Raptors game last night, was the hype man for the Raptors. And they won last night. Ooh, weren't they down like 2-0 in the series? So apparently they came back. They lead it now 3-2, the series. And basically he said there that they were going to go to the finals and win it. He's basically, if you don't follow Drake, I don't really follow him. But apparently he's really into the Raptors, and he's got into some like controversies and stuff with like some of the NBA players and stuff. It's really weird, but yeah, so they won last night, and he's just hyping them up. You heard him there. He said they're like a college team. Like, their fans are like really good. And he said they're going to go to the finals. And that was like, after the game, kind of like a press conference. It is really weird. But series still isn't over. The Bucks can still come back. People are still saying the Bucks have a chance to go into the finals. If I would want anybody to go to the finals out of those two teams, it would be the Bucks. And to win it all, it would be the Bucks. But I'm pretty sure, I don't really follow the NBA, but Golden State's going to win it. Because they want a big market team to win it. Maybe Toronto, because they're kind of becoming big market. But I still think Golden State will win it, because that's how fun the NBA is, because one team wins it every year. So that's that. Let's go to entertainment. A new update on Sonic. Sonic director announces the movie release is delayed. As expected, as I said a couple weeks ago, they are going to do a whole new design on Sonic. It was supposed to come out like November of this year. They have changed the date to February 14th, 2020. So Valentine's Day 2020. They have delayed it, 4 months. They must be behind. Well, they are behind schedule, because they didn't expect that much backlash on how Sonic looked. But that's pretty bizarre. But everybody's here saying thank you, because they don't want to see it so bad. Someone named Chilled Chaos, I don't know if you know who that is, but he said, Knuckles is red, Sonic is blue, the movie got a release date. It's a Valentine's date for 2. That is an awesome poem. And Business Insider said the Sonic Hedgehog movie is not delayed until 2020 in order to make major change to Sonic's look after clear criticism. Here's what's going on. Yeah, so like I said, I don't know how they would pull it off by November. Apparently they can't. So that's that. And now let's go to the fun section, our last section for Twitter news. We're doing a long Twitter news today, but I really think it's worth it. I don't really see anything. What? A New York Times article on the Australian shoey drinking tradition got people talking. So there's a picture of this guy drinking out of a Puma shoe. That is really weird. New York Times said the shoey is a drinking trend that's thriving or festering depending on your stance in Australia. What? Post Malone chugged Bud Light nightly from sneakers thrown on stage by fans throughout his Australian tour this month. Casey Musgraves sipped tequila daintily from a glass slipper in Melbourne last week. So apparently a bunch of singers are going to Australia to do tours, and they're drinking out of random people's shoes. Post Malone did it. And Casey Musgraves, I don't know who that is, but she did it. That's really weird. I only heard, Smitty did it. I don't know who Smitty is either. But to do a shoey is to pour alcohol, usually beer, into a shoe or someone else, into your shoe or someone else's shoe, and drink out of it. That is really weird and really disgusting. If you're going to do a shoey, you have to be 21 or older, of course. And I don't recommend it because have you ever heard of athlete's foot or any other foot disease? Or what if that person has 6 toes? That is disgusting. Okay, but that's that. Let's go on to our next subject. That was Twitter news. Okay, guys, so now we're going to do Wheel of Talking Points. I don't really have a name for this segment. I just call it Wheel of Anything, Wheel of Talking Points, Wheel of whatever. But until we find a permanent name, I will call it whatever I want. So let's get into it. Spin the wheel. Okay. What will it land on? And what is my favorite sport? Okay, so you guys are probably thinking my favorite sport is rapping. If rapping was a sport, that would be my favorite sport, but I don't consider it a sport. What I do consider a sport is baseball. Baseball is my favorite sport. You guys might not know that baseball is my favorite sport, but it is. You guys might think baseball, that's so boring. It's like 4 hours just watching people strike out, swing a bat at a ball and miss it. But it is fun. It is heart-wrenching. It is awesome to watch some people struggle hitting the ball. Pitchers throwing amazing pitches. Have you ever seen a curveball that starts like 5 feet above your head and then dives down immediately near your knees? No, that's why baseball is one of a kind. It's so hard. Baseball is like the hardest sport. Try hitting a ball that's really small, like the size of your knuckles, going at you 90 plus miles an hour, spinning a bunch of different ways from 60 feet away from you. You can't even imagine trying to hit that, let alone hitting it for over 400 feet. It's just so hard. You might be wondering if I'm like a college baseball fan or a pro baseball fan. I'm a pro baseball fan. College baseball, that does get a little boring because the talent level's not there. Same with high school baseball, but high school baseball is fun because of like the fans and stuff and the team. Any high school sport's really cool. But my favorite professional team is the Atlanta Braves. my dad grew up in Georgia, so that's kind of why I'm a Braves fan. And this year they're actually not doing that bad. They just won last night, believe it or not. Their record this year is 28 wins and 23 losses. They're 1.5 games behind the Philadelphia Phillies. If you guys don't really follow baseball, you probably have heard this player's name, Bryce Harper. He was signed with the Phillies in the offseason, and he's been doing trash. But the rest of the Phillies are pretty stacked. They have a lot of good hitters. Like Gene Segura, he's pretty old, but he's doing awesome this year. Let's see. Bryce Harper has a .235 batting average. If you don't really follow baseball, .235 batting average is not that good. Really good is like 3 to 350. Not that good is 2 to 250. But anything above 250 is pretty good. You're hitting pretty good. But he signed a contract for 13 years, $330 million. That is just crazy. Bryce Harper, right now, he is 26 years old. So when he is 39, he will be done with that contract. 39. I don't even know if he'll last it till 39. If he keeps playing like this, I don't think he'll be Hall of Famer, but I don't think he'll keep playing like this. I think he'll for sure be Hall of Famer. But yeah, that's why baseball's my favorite sport, because you pour your blood, sweat, and tears into that game just to see you win. It is so heart-wrenching. I guess you can say in any sport it is, but baseball's really close to me, and that's why I like it. Okay, so that was the wheel of, I don't know, talking points, anything, whatever it is. We'll find a permanent name for it. You guys can vote for it if you want. I don't know how you would do that. But thank you. Let's go to the next segment. Okay, guys. So now we're welcomed by Black Spindle. He has been on the show once before. If I'm not mistaken, it was episode 2. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing just fine, the Monopoly Man. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. Let's cut right to the chase. A bunch of fans are wondering, how did you do on your student election? They heard that you were running for president.
In my opinion, I did fine. Let's say I was expecting to come in and wipe the floor of everybody. However, that did not happen. I feel as if I had the best speech. Well, actually, no. I'll say I did have the best speech. I know for a fact I did. I came in with confidence, and I was hopeful that I would win.
So we know your opinion. How did the other people feel?
The other people didn't hold a candle to me. It's that they were more popular, and I feel like race might have had a little bit to do with it.
So you lost.
Yes.
That is unfortunate.
They say I lost by 1 vote, though.
They say you lost by 1 vote. I thought people weren't supposed to, tell you how many votes you lost by.
Well, depends. I have a connection. They tend to, sorry, the reason I should have won. And so they decided to try to help me out and say it was very close.
So was it a popularity contest?
It kind of was. I mean, I won't go as far to say that they were just popular. I mean, that's why I won. Because you have to you have to care. They picked the right president, you have to care, and the most people just didn't care. So they picked whoever.
That is rough. Okay, so I heard you are out of school. What are you going to do this summer?
Let's see. I'll probably hang out with some boys, you know. Probably go hunt and hit the club a couple times, you know what I'm saying? And probably play a couple bit of Fortnite.
So you're gonna hang out with boys, go to the club,
The
and
boys.
play Fortnite.
We are the boys.
Because last time you were on the show, I heard you got rejected by a girl. So I was wondering if you like started exploring a bit.
No, I did not start exploring.
Okay, because that sounded a little weird, going out with the boys. But we have classified going out with the boys.
Also, to clarify on that topic, I did not get rejected. We're fine now. We are talking a little bit. Well, some, but not like super tiny, but you know.
The
Okay,
struggle
that's
is real, folks. The struggle is real. Okay, what else to talk about? Let's go. This is the first time we are doing this. We are going to the wheel of talking points with our guest.
Okay.
I'm going to spin a wheel, and you are going to answer the question.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Let's see. Spinning it. It says, how did you become a rapper?
So, I was born in South Compton, as some of you may know. I was raised by the streets. I mean, so when I was little, I was at school, and then there was some kid that walked into school, and he had an AK-47, and he shot my right hand. And ever since then, I've had this scar on my body, you know, and it left a mark on me, and I've been able to like meditate on that, and I just been using that motivation to just flow my rapping career.
Really? In what sense?
It's a struggle out there, man. I tell you, man. You come down here, man. You'll really see how the world works on here, man. You'll be exposed.
In what sense did that help you become a rapper?
It helped me in like maybe like a metaphysical sense, like where I'm kind of like a spiritual way, and like not just physically, but because of course it shot me, so it's gonna weaken me physically. But my mind, like mentally, I was able to have multiple epiphanies or brain blasts, as some people call them. I was able to meditate on that and awaken my true senses.
Okay, if you guys have not heard Black Spindle, he has a YouTube channel named Black Spindle. If you have not heard one of his raps, we have it right here.
Alright, right before I start, I want you guys to know that all the gunshots and all that stuff is satire, not taken seriously.
So you have gunshots in your rap.
You guys enjoy music.
Yep. You know, I was born on the streets. I was born hearing gunshots, you know?
My name's Black Spindle. My fame will never dwindle. My riddles are the best, and my mind is never simple. I have a pistol, and it's made of crystal. When I blow my whistle, I can send nuclear missiles. Yeah, I'm a whistle official. I got rhymes, I got names, I got.
Oh, so you hear the gunshots there.
Please don't call me Mr. Pixel, because I'm going into this thistle and bristle to look for my lost pixel.
Okay, so that was part of your rap. I have to ask, was those gunshots real?
100% real, man.
100%
I was literally at the
real.
shooting range, and he literally specifically told me that I could shoot anything I wanted, and I could put in my video. So that's exactly what I did. I picked the biggest gun there, and I just started firing.
You said you had a gun made of crystal. Did you shoot that crystal gun in this song?
No. I do quite honest. The budget for this video wasn't too high, so I didn't want to, waste or like trying to see like a jam or anything that would happen. I don't want to do great gun, I want to keep it mint. So when I ascend to my legendhood, I can sell it for like a couple billions,
Okay, so I have to ask. Do you really have a whistle that sends nuclear missiles?
No, that was just a joke. But I know somebody that does.
Wow.
So I got some status in the world, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much for being on the call, Black Spindle. We do have to play our game. You might
Okay,
remember it last time. Truth or dare?
Truth.
Truth. Do you really think you had a chance in this election?
Quite honest, I was walking in expecting to win. Okay, I didn't think anybody could hold a candle to me. And I definitely had the best speech by far. But, when it came down to it, most people were just against me. They didn't like what I was standing for. So they voted against me.
Do you think...
And people already had bias toward me even coming in.
Do you
if
think...
there was no bias, I would have won.
Do you think...
I thought
do you think overconfidence had something to do with you losing?
No.
Overconfidence had nothing to do with it because you sounded pretty confident. So I'm thinking overconfident had something to do with it.
I'm never overconfident. I'm just the right amount of confidence.
You heard it here first, folks. He is just the right amount of confidence. Thank you for being on the show today. Make sure you go check it out. Guys, go check out his YouTube channel, Black Spindle. Thank you so much for being on the show. Have a good day.
Thank you. Take care.